5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. And we are live. Yes, we are live. If you're watching this for the first time and you don't know who I am, my name is E.DeanCole, and I own E.DeanCole Coaching. We are a consulting firm, and we specialize in working capital, alternative finance, and business credit development. And this is a weekly live call-in podcast where I teach on a specific topic, and then I answer your phone calls live. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys and make it sound fly to you guys. I might not open up the phone lines today because last time I opened up the phone lines, we had such a great show, but we had some technical difficulties. I'm getting new upgraded internet service tomorrow. So I live in the Dominican Republic. I am in the DR. Let me check my sound, make sure before I'm just running my mouth, make sure you guys can hear me. And then I answer your phone calls live. Okay, cool. We're good. Sounds good. All right, awesome. We're good. Okay, so like I said, I might not open up the phone lines because we were having some issues. The Monday before last, we went live. We did a really good job. We had we had 2 great phenomenal shows, and I'm going to be re-releasing some of those calls because those calls were great. Today, I might not open up the phone lines. It depends on how the service goes. Like I mentioned, I found a new provider here in the Dominican Republic so that I will be able to get better service. So if you guys are watching this, and if you're watching this, Dean, you're like, Dean, I didn't know you was live. 2 things. Thing number 1, you've seen one of my videos before, but you did not subscribe. Or thing number 2, if you did subscribe, you did not hit that notification bell. So it's important that not only do you subscribe, you have to hit that notification bell for all content and leave a message so that way YouTube knows that you value this content. And if you're like, Dean, I did subscribe and I did hit the notification bell, but YouTube just sends to be hating, make sure you text the phrase funding 101 to 833-934-1328. That is 833-934-1328. And I'm going to add you on our special VIP list. And once you're added on that VIP list, you're not going to miss out on any of our text messaging and any of our alerts. And you're also going to get free coaching and training. So speaking of that, if you guys watched the show last week and you liked that free training that I did, I taught for 3 hours. I taught for 3 whole hours on how to get business funding for real estate. And I came from the city of my soul to teach. You hear me? So if you're watching this on the replay and you want to know who I'm talking to, look in the chat and you can see who I'm talking to. So let's see who is in the chat and let's see who watched that show last week. If you saw that show last week, because it's not up anymore, it's only for my VIP list, and the VIP list is free. So every single month we do a free teaching, and that teaching that I'm doing for the month of January is how to get business funding for real estate. So if you saw it, I want you to say saw it. All right, so Paulette says it was awesome. Thanks so much for that, Paulette. I appreciate you. Paulette said it was awesome. Was that Sladeem said that it was great game. Thanks so much for that, Sladeem. It was great game. We got Robert Hunter is in the building. Hey, Robert, how are you doing? Marcel Hunter is in the building. Hey, Marcel, how are you doing? We got Trucking with Dog in the building. Hey, Trucking with Dog, how are you doing? James Brown said you've been waiting on this. That's good stuff. Ronnie said you watched it. Great video. Trucking with said you saw it. ZH Solutions LLC said you saw it. Chris says that it was okay, he said it was good. All right, so Paulette, you want to know how to join the VIP list? You text the phrase funding 101. It's free. Text funding 101 to 833-934-1328. Text the phrase funding 101 to 833-934-1328, and you will be notified whenever we're live. You'll also get free VIP teachings whenever I'm in your city. Whenever I do a free teaching or whenever I offer anything for free, you'll be updated when that happens, okay? You had a blast last Monday, James. That's good stuff. All right, this is your first time here. That's what I'm talking about. This is from Drizzle Prime 510. Thanks so much for chiming in, Drizzle Prime. Now, if you're watching for the first time, I want you to say first time. And if you are a client of mine, meaning that you're enrolled into any of my courses, you've hired me for coaching, or you hired us to do business development before you, I want you to say client. If you are not watching for the first time, if you're not a client, but you are a family member, meaning that you're subscribed, I want you to say family. Let's do a temperature check and let's see who is all in the building. All right. And let's see who is all in the building. Now, my goal, I need your guys' help, okay? My goal for 2020, by this time 2021, I want to have over 1,000 people watching me live every single time I go live. I look at people like Tasha K, like Tommy Sotomayor, like the Star Report, like Donovan Sharpe, O'Shea, Duke Jackson. I look at people like Chris Hogan, Grant Cordone, and I feel that my content is to that level or better than some of those people. Not all of those people. Some of those people are my contemporaries, and I look at them and I see that my content is on that level. Some of the content I think is better than that, and I'm like, how come? Well, one, because I teach about financing. You dig what I'm saying? And you got to be a bad mother effer to make finances fun and sexy. You dig? So I do the best that I can to make financing fun and sexy, to talk about finances. And I get that. I understand that. At the same time, Grant Cordone does a very good job of teaching about financing. He just really does an awesome job of staying consistent and staying in the game. And so he is somebody that motivates me. I used to say when I first started out, I was narrow-minded enough or small-minded enough to say, I'm going to be the Black Grant. But then I had to say, no, I'm going to be the first E.DeanCole. I had to come into my own self. But I'm going to need your help. I said all of that to say, I'm going to need your help. The way that this is going to work is every last one of you guys is going to have to hit that share button and then share it in your private Facebook groups, share it on your Facebook wall, and share it in a group chat. So let me explain. When you hit that share button and you share it to Facebook, or you share it in a group chat, or you share it in those different places, what happens is that YouTube sees that you value the content, and they're going to let other people know. And when you share it on these platforms, other people who are interested in business funding and business development, they're going to find out about us and they're going to come. So that's the only way that I'm going to make it, is by, well, I'm not going to pay for it. I could pay for it, but I'm not going to pay for it. I want it to grow organically, okay? Last time we were live, we had 150 people watching live, and I want us to get to 1,000 people watching live. So if we have 150 people watching live, that means we should have at least 300 shares. What do I mean by that? I look at our analytics. Like I said, I'm not new to this, I'm true to this. Like I mentioned before, if you don't know who I am, let's do a redress. Let's do a redress. If you don't know who I am the CEO of E.DeanCole Coaching. We're a consulting firm. I'm not new to this, I'm true to this. I'm a #1 best-selling author, business coach, and life coach. And so I do this and I look at my analytics, and there was one person that had 6 shares. They literally shared this link, shared my live in 6 different places, and they tagged me on Instagram, they tagged me on Facebook, they tagged me on Twitter, and then they said that they had 3 other shares that they did. So I think it was multiple Facebook groups that they put me in. So I want you guys to share this. If you guys say you love my content and you love me and you support me, don't be stingy. Don't have the mindset of, oh, I got to keep this for myself. Because I hear a lot of people say that, well, Dean, I want you to do everything for me first. No, share it. Share the wealth. Share this to everybody that's in your circle. And the more you share it, the more we grow. So let's do a temperature check and let's see where we are. And if you're watching this on the replay, stop whining and complaining. You saw on the thumbnail it was live. You saw how long the video was. You knew it wasn't no twerking video. You knew it wasn't no cat video. This video is specifically for business funding for Black-owned business. Now, I'm going to teach on business funding for Black-owned businesses, okay? That's what this title is. This is my intro, and I'm getting into it. You like Grant? I like Grant too, James Brown. James says you like Grant. That's good stuff. I like Grant too. Grant is really good. All right, so let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Truth to power. Absolutely. Let's see who's watching for the first time, and let's see who's family. Let's see who is checking in. We got Odyssey Hallman is in the building. Hey, Odyssey, how are you doing? All right, let's see here. Jane Brown says, I've been waiting for this for so long. You done watched 4 or 5 of my videos. That's what I'm talking about, James Brown. I appreciate that, boss. I really do. All right. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see who's watching for the first time and who's a client. Okay, so Trucker DT, the runner, is a client. We got Trucking with Dog as a client. We have Odyssey Holman, which is a client and family. Robert Hunter says, family, the last show was 100. Lots of great gems. Thanks so much for that. Robert, I appreciate that. Tonya Bailey. Hey, Miss Bailey, how you doing today? Is a client. Miss Bailey, we got some documentation in for you today, actually. So Diesel Prime 510. Oh, it says Diesel. So you spelled it D-I-E-Z-E-L, but it's spelled Diesel. See, it's spelled different. Okay, so Diesel Prime is watching for the first time. James Brown is family. All right, Damon 23 is family. All right, Saladin is a client. Let's see who else. We don't have any first timers in the building. Okay, so we all family today. No first timers in the building. Okay, that's good stuff. Albert Williams, you said you need your voucher. So Albert Williams, when did you enroll in the course? Okay, here's the first time. Michael Murray. So Albert, tell me when you enrolled into the course, and I can look you up right now. And I can make sure that we send everything out. I wonder if my assistant is watching. All right, let's see. Let me text her now. All right, and I can look you up. Okay, here's a couple first timers. We got some first timers. Okay. All right, Albert said you enrolled last Thursday. Okay. Let me look for you, Albert. Let me see. You enrolled last Thursday. I'll make sure that you have your voucher myself. And this is live, guys. And for everyone who's wondering, yes, this is live. We are talking about how to get business funding for a black-owned business, okay? We're talking business funding for a black-owned business, all right? Let's see, Albert Williams. Let's see, when did Mr. Williams enroll? I don't see you, Mr. Williams. I don't see you. Hold on. Make sure that, I don't see you, Mr. Williams. Let me check my other emails. This is live now. You done caught my attention now. You said, I want to make sure everybody gets the best customer service. So, you know, my name is the business. I care a lot about my reputation. There's so many fakes and wannabes and pretender bees. And I understand, you know, you got to get it how you live. But my birthday is coming up. You know what? I probably should do a P.O. box, you guys, if y'all want to give me something for my birthday. I gotta open up for stuff like that. I'm so closed off, but I know that if you guys want to you know, sow into my life, I need to allow you guys to. Do y'all want me to do something like that? My birthday is coming up. It's, but I'm not really celebrating it right now. I'm gonna celebrate with a group of friends. We're going to, we have a 3-story penthouse in Medellin, in March. So I'm not really celebrating on my birthday. I'm gonna push it back with my friends when we go to Medellin, Colombia. Focus. What are you doing? You're looking for Albert Williams. Shoot. All right. Switch accounts. Come on now. You know what? Let me just look it up on this computer. Give me a second, guys. I want to make sure Albert gets what he needs. If he says that he is enrolled, I want to make sure that he gets what he needs. Give me a moment, guys. And this is live. So make sure you guys hit that like button and hit that share button like we said. Now, the system looks like it's pretty good. I might open up the phone lines. Let's see how many people we got watching live right now. Depending on our analytics, if you guys are participating with me, If we can get our analytics up, I will reward you guys by answering your phone calls live on the air. Let's see. We have a total of 98 people watching live right now. Okay, we have 98 people watching live and 37 thumbs up. The devil is a lie. We have 37 thumbs up and we only have 25 shares. Come on, guys. I need all of you guys to hit that thumbs up button and all of you guys to share this. We have 98 people watching live. 98 people watching live. 38 thumbs up and 26 shares. Everybody hit that share button. Everybody hit that thumbs up button, hit that share button while I make sure that Mr. Albert gets what he needs. He said he enrolled into our online course. So let me make sure that he gets what he needs. Switch to a different account. Financial. All right. All right, Albert, let's see if it was sent to you and if it was put to your junk mail. I want to make sure that you got what you need, Albert. Let's see. Let's see. Albert Williams Enroll. You say you last Thursday, right? Yep. No, that's Sunday. Order status. Let's see who this is. Albert, order status is changed to paid. Okay, Thursday the 16th. I do see that, Mr. Albert Williams. You enrolled at, it was the 12th, Thursday. You enrolled, see what time it was, at 4:27 in the afternoon. All right, Mr. Williams, your voucher code was sent to you. Make sure you go and check your spam folder. So what you're going to do, Mr. Williams, you're going to search for executive office. And I'm not going to put your email address out on the World Wide Web. However, it was sent to, let me see which email address it was sent to. Come on, where you go? Okay, so you did it 2 times. You did it 2 times, and it was sent to the Outlook email, Mr. Williams. So check your spam folder. I'm about to send it to you again, real quick while we're on the line. And this is live, guys. I take care of business above all things. We're going to talk about how to have a successful Black-owned business and how to get funding. And this is one of the things, matter of fact, I'm using this as an opportunity to teach right now. One of the number one reasons why Black-owned businesses fail is because of unprofessionalism. We have to make sure that we provide good customer service, good quality customer service, and professionalism. That's very important that we provide that to our people. It's very important that we provide that to our people. So you have to understand what comes first. Tuesday, 31st, January the 7th. All right, I'm just resend it to you, Mr. Williams. So this YouTube thing, I love the YouTube thing. Don't get me wrong. I'm very grateful for it. I appreciate it. At the same time, if I have a client that has a need, we're going to do everything in our power to hit that need. All right, Mr. Williams, let me know. I just resent it to you. I sent it to that Outlook email. I didn't put your whole email out there. Make sure you have that. I just resent it to you again. And check your promotions folder sometimes. It's either your spam folder or your promotions folder. All right, now look like the system let me do that, so we should be good to go. If the system let me do all of this, then we might be able to open up these phone lines. The system didn't crash on me while I'm doing all of that. So that's a very long intro. So we're good. There we go. Shared and liked. Thanks so much for that, Samuel. Okay, so you guys are with me. Are you guys with me? All right, let's see how you guys see what you guys are talking about in here. All right, let's see how many people we got watching live. We got 100 people watching, 100 people watching live. We have 100 people watching live, 57 likes, and 42 shares. Okay, that's better. But let's. Okay, so let's see if we back. So, all right. So someone said they tried to moderate, but you're not a moderator. Okay, so you got to log into. All right, guys. Technical difficulties, but it is okay. The vicissitudes of entrepreneurship. Let's see how we looking. Let's see how we looking. Are we good? Can you guys see me okay? I was just about to get into teaching when this happened. Let's see. Are we good to go? Like I mentioned, guys, I found a new provider that is going to be able to provide good service tomorrow. So if I promised that I promise I'm going to do another call-in show, even though I normally go live on Mondays, all right? Even though we go live on Mondays, we're good. It looks good? Okay. Okay. All right, so that's good. Let's see how we're sounding. See how we're looking. Also, Io, I did send Robert I did send him his voucher code while we were live. So I did send his voucher code while we were live. So let's see. If we're back, everybody hit that like button, and let's see how we're doing. If we can get back to 100, then we'll be good. But I'm going to, like I mentioned, I'm going to reteach. I'm going to reteach and do a live show. I'm not going to teach on specific, just open up the phone lines and go right into it, guys. If you guys stick with me and you use your patience, I appreciate it. And let's see how we're doing. If we can get back 100, then we'll be good. But I'm going to, like I mentioned. Okay, we're good. Okay. Okay. So Jeremiah said that you have not. So Jeremiah, you have not been contacted from anybody from our office. And also, let me ask you, Jeremiah, did you receive your corporate build out form? You didn't receive when you're scheduled to do your intake and your consultation. You hadn't received anything. So when you say, Jeremiah, you haven't received anything, you haven't received anything. I find it extremely hard to believe, Jeremiah. You said that you enrolled, you did the corporate build out on when? January the 3rd? All right, so let's look and see. Let me look and see. Let's look and see, Jeremiah. What name did you use? you haven't received a phone call from a member of my team, you didn't receive your intake form, your welcome form, or anything, you said that you signed up for the corporate build out. Let's see, Jeremiah. Let's see what name you said your name is. Jeremiah what it is. Let's see. Let me get the chat up. Jeremiah Isaiah pop out chat. All right. Jeremiah Isaiah. All right, Jeremiah. Isaiah. You know what? It'd be faster if I go to log out of here. Switch to account. Switch another account. Thank you guys so much for your patience, everybody that's sticking around. What I was talking about was providing good customer service. That's what we were talking about before everything froze up. And it's important let's see, that you provide good customer service. Sign in with a different account. Boom, ba boom, ba boom. Thank you guys so much for your patience. I want to make sure that if people say they're having issues, I want to make sure that they're able to have everything that they need. Make sure that we are getting the correspondence that's needed. Okay, so it's Jeremiah Ransom. You got the consultation call. Okay, so you did receive your consultation. So, okay, that's all I was about to say when you said you didn't get anything. That doesn't sound right. So, Mr. Ransom, once again, so for everyone that, okay, Ezreal. Okay, there we go. So, for everyone that, let me add this. This is a perfect opportunity to teach. Okay. This is a perfect opportunity to teach. So, this said that I didn't receive anything. You see, the false communication or the bad communication is what causes issues. So that's not accurate. So what happened is that you did receive your intake form. You also did your one-on-one consultation, and the entire process started. So your process started. Okay. So for everyone, so this is something that I want to do for people so they can understand what it is that we do and understand what we offer. And the reason why I want to do this is because there have been a couple of people that have been so excited and things get lost in translation. So I want to make sure that people understand what they're getting involved in and understand what they get. Because somebody messaged me on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, make sure that you follow me on Instagram. It's instagram.com/E.DeanCole. I don't always go into my inbox. I don't always do my inbox. However, I do check my inbox a lot of times from time to time. And so somebody was like, Dean, I want your mentorship corporate build out course, which is 3 separate things that are not the same thing. So let me break it down once again. Let's break everything down from step to step, make sure everybody understands what it is that we do. So us as a consulting firm, okay, we have a online course, all right? What our online course does is it will walk you step by step through the process for yourself of you can get started and go at a reasonable pace, not at your own pace, but go at a reasonable pace. The accelerated course allows you to go at your own pace. But the startup coaching, it is an online course where we walk you step by step through the process of you building your business, starting your business, you guys doing it yourself. It's a video course that is designed to walk you step by step through the process, okay? The cost of the course, the final cost is $1,200. It is not something you can start or stop. It is a monthly fee that we allow you to break it up into monthly installments, but it's not a service like a cell phone that you can turn on and turn off. It is a contractual agreement, and we allow you to break up your payments into 12 months so you can go step by step through the process for yourself, and you get started right now. So like for instance, the gentleman, Albert, who said that he did not receive his voucher code. So what happens is that Albert enrolls into the course. When Albert enrolled into the course, he receives his email confirmation, he loads his voucher code, and he gets started immediately. That is what the startup coaching is, okay? This is the a startup coaching course, okay? All right, so I want everyone to say course. I want everyone to say course. So this is a course, meaning that this is you take the course. I want everyone to say course. If you're with me, I want everyone to say course, okay? I want everyone to say course so that you guys can understand what it is that we do and what we provide. I want everyone to say course, okay? I want everyone to say course. All right? I want everyone to say course. All right? I want everyone to say course. Come on, participate with me, guys. Even if you're watching this on the replay, I want you to participate with me as if you're watching live. I want you to make a mind-muscle connection with this. All right. As you guys can see, Ayo, her name is Ayo. Ayo Artistry is one of my administrative assistants, and she is live, okay? Thank you very much for that. Odyssey says course, okay? Thank you very much for that. Odyssey says course. Thank you so much for that, Odyssey. All right, Nick Ray says course, okay? So this is the course, okay? That is the startup coaching course. With the startup coaching course, you also get a free course, which is the 720 FICO coaching, which allows you to go step by step on how to restore and repair your own credit. This is a course, all right? This is a free course, a free bonus that we do for you, that we give you. This is a course, okay? This is a free course that we do for you. We provide this for you, okay? That is the course, all right? Now, if someone wants to do one-on-one consultation, or they want one-on-one mentorship, you're able to do two different options. Well, three different options. When you are enrolled into the course and you're a student enrolled into the course, you get it at a discounted price. However, if you're a non-student, it's $250 an hour for one-on-one coaching sessions, okay? If you want the mentorship and you want the one-on-one coaching sessions, the advanced one-on-one time, you're able to break it up into it's two options, but it's two payment scales. When you're a non-student, it's $250 an hour. When you are a student, you get $100 discount, okay? So when you're a non-student, it's $250 an hour. That's one-on-one mentorship, one-on-one coaching, okay? If you want to schedule that one-on-one time, that's what the one-on-one coaching sessions is. The second option is a 5-hour strategy session. The 5-hour strategy session, what it is, it's basically you're blocking out 5 hours. We are not going to do all 5 hours at one time, okay? But you're breaking out 5 different sessions. And for 5 different sessions, whether it be a goal that you want to meet, whether it be a project that you're trying to build, whether it just needs to have that one-on-one time, or you know that you're enrolled in the course and you want that one-on-one time, the 5-hour strategy session does that. So you're getting 5 one-on-one mentorship coaching sessions, whatever it is that you need. You want to talk about being an expat, you want to talk about Forex, you want to travel, whatever it is, it's your time and it's designed for that mentorship for you, okay? That one-on-one 5-hour sessions, 5 hours time, that is for the mentorship. That's what the strategy sessions is, okay? So once again, if the mentorship, you can either do one-on-one sessions, breaking up one-on-one sessions. It's $250 when you're a non-student. When you are a student, then it's $150. Or you can do the 5-hour strategy session. When you are a non-student, it's $1,000. If you are a student, it's $750. So you get a discount for being enrolled in the course, okay? So that's the mentorship aspect. Now, let's talk about business development. I want everyone to say business development, all right? I want everyone to say 2 words, business development. Say 2 words, business development. All right. I want everyone to say 2 words, business development. Business development, 2 words, business development. All right. I want you to participate with me as if you're watching live. Okay. I want everyone to say business development. Business development. Business development. Okay. Come on, participate with me, guys. Even if you're watching on the replay, I want you to participate with me as if you're watching. Even if you're watching live, I want you to say business development. All right. And matter of fact, I'm also going to share the screen. I'm going to share the screen so people can read and see exactly. Because these do a very good job of giving a breakdown, but as far as detail, so people can see and understand detail. Let's go to detail. All right. All right. Detailed. All right. Come on, guys. I want you to participate with me. Thank you guys so much for your participation, okay? I want everyone to say, there we go, business development. There we go, business development. Okay, so the ironclad, okay? When we create our ironclad, this is business development. The ironclad is when we create business, we create the holding company for you. We create this holding company for you. It's an ironclad holding company that we create for you. That is what the ironclad is. We actually create that for you. Now, it's we did run into some issues because of the holidays. We did run into some issues because of the holidays and also with some technical issues with emails. So it's important that when we do the holding company for you, we build the holding company for you, it takes 5 business days. 5 business days when we create that ironclad holding company for you, okay? So this is business development. This is not a course. This isn't one-on-one time. This is where you all pay our company. We create the holding company for you. Boom. The holding company is there. We create a S corporation for you, anonymous corporation. We give you $1 million in stocks evaluation. We get you your EIN number, your S corporation EIN number, and also your business checking account. All right. So that is business development. That is the holding company, the ironclad corporation. Now, the corporate build out is a long, intense process of business development. Okay. The corporate build out, you're not physically buying a business and it's like, here's your business. It's like, boom. This is not a shelf corporation. This isn't a seasoned shelf corp. This is a business that we are building for you. And it's a process, okay? It's a process. It's a process of building your business, okay? Same thing, the corporate build out, ironclad, we ran into some technical issues because of holidays and also because of emails bouncing back. And also, Mr. Ransom, if you check your email, your registered agent company had been trying to email for the last 4 days for you to confirm the credit card authorization form. We sent that out. We sent out the credit card authorization form, Mr. Ransom, but they had been emailing for multiple days, sending out, trying to get correspondence. And if the faster we can correspond and get everything, the faster we're able to create things. It's a process. So the corporate build out, it is a 4-month process. All right. That's the reason why is broken up into 4 payments. It's a 4-month process, is why it's 4 payments. It's a 4-month process. It's 4 payments where you're hiring our company to build and develop for you. So it's a process, okay? So it's an entire process. I want everyone to say a process, okay? I want everyone to say process. I want everyone to say process. I want everyone to say process so that you guys understand and you know that business development is a process. So whether you have your own existing corporation that we're building up or we're creating a brand new corporation that we're building up for you, that it is a process. This is not like something you can like go into Burger King, turn around and get a double Whopper with cheese and have it your way like that. You're going to have it your way, but it is a process, okay? It is a 4-month development process, okay? So it's important. Now, one thing that's very important is details are important. Like the gentleman said, I hadn't received anything. So I'm like, you hadn't received anything. But in actuality, he has received email correspondence. And also he's spoken with members of my team probably 6 times a day or six days, multiple times a day, as well as he spoke with me and we did his intake form. So when people say they hadn't, come on, guys, come on, stay woke. We gotta be on top of it. So words mean things. So communication means things. And come to find out, one of the issues we found out, Mr. Ransom, was that the address needed to be verified when we needed for the credit card authorization form, and they had been emailing you, but there was no response. And then we contacted them and they told us and we got it rectified. So we good. Now also, I don't know if you guys knew, but yesterday was a holiday as well. So yesterday was a holiday as well. So, all right. So you guys understand that it is a process. It is a process. So let's go back and we're talking about how to get business funding as a Black-owned business. All right. How to get business funding as a Black-owned business. Now, this is a very good. So I'm going to use myself and use this entire process as an opportunity to teach. So we have to be I'm very pedagogical, very, very much so pedagogical. I'm very transparent. And so the issues that I'm having with my internet is frustrating me. All right. It's frustrating. It's irritating the black off my back. 1 week we have a good service. And we're able to open up the phone lines and everything is good and everything is smooth. The next week, it keeps going in and out. It keeps freezing. It's irritating to me. It's frustrating to me. I'm trying to do everything in my power to fix it. But at the same time, you keep moving forward. You don't just stop. You know, how many people, be honest, have been frustrated and just thrown in the towel? If that's you, I want you to participate with me. If you've ever been frustrated and thrown in the towel, I want you to say, frustrated, okay? If you've ever been frustrated where you've thrown in the towel and you wanted to give up and you wanted to cave in and quit, I want you to say frustrated, okay? If that's ever been you, I want you to say frustrated. So this is a prime example. Being frustrated when vicissitudes happen, it's not going to go smoothly. It's not going to go the way that you want it to go. It's not going to go all that way. And that's one of the things too. If being rich was easy, everybody would be rich. If being in shape was easy, everybody would be in shape. If being happy and being joyful was an easy thing, everybody would be happy and joyful. But what happens is that when you get on this road of personal development, whether it's a business venture, whether it's a physical goal in your body, whether it's an educational milestone that you want to make, it's going to take something of you. The universe will test you to see if you have what it takes, to see if you deserve what it is that you're going after. And the great thing about it is that the #1 best-selling book of all time that taught me how to be the best business coach I know to be, it says right over here, that book right there, it says that he who has begun a great work in you will continue it until the day of his return. So its greatness is inside of you. It just needs to be developed. When you're born into a palace, when you're born, instantly you're made a king, instantly you're made a queen, instantly at that moment. However, the time of you growing yourself up is when you are being developed to handle what you already have. You already have greatness. You already are that CEO. You already are in the best shape of your life. You already have that relationship of your dreams. You already have that PhD or that doctorate or that law degree. You already have that. But you have to develop the character and develop the skills so that you can handle what it is that you already have. When you are instantly born into royalty, you're instantly made royalty right then and there. But then you have to go through the process of being able to handle that. So the exact same thing when it comes to your journey as an entrepreneur, your journey, and whatever it is that you're going to go through, you're going to face adversity. You're going to face setbacks. Just because you face a setback, it does not mean that you need to give up. Your setback is a setup for your comeback. One of the reasons why this live started so late is because I was discouraged because I'm tired of this internet service going in and out. I order internet service. And one thing about being in the Dominican Republic, one of the things that they say is there's a phrase which is like tranquilo. Tranquilo is tranqui. You know what I'm saying? And it's not very good when it comes to business. So you'll set something up for business and a lot of times it just won't happen when you need it to happen. Or one of the things that really frustrate me is that I spent all this money on Fios. I paid the down payment. I paid everything for Fios. Then they come and they say, oh, well, you can't get Fios. After they told me come to the office to sign everything. After they told me I have to come in, that they couldn't do it over the phone. After all of that. So I said all that to say, you have to keep pushing through. It's not going to always be right. It's not always going to be perfect, okay? You have to push through. As a Black-owned business, we have to be twice as good and sometimes for half the pay because we are scrutinized. So many people want to say, oh man, I want to help out these Black people. They're looking for us to fail. Let's be honest. Let's be honest and transparent. If you've ever dealt with a Black-owned business, or if you are let's do two ways. If you've ever dealt with a Black-owned business and you look at them, you have more scrutiny on them, I want you to say, I've done it. 3 words. I've done it too. When you're dealing with somebody that's a Black-owned business and you kind of more leery because you're a lot less trusting of them, or you feel like you should get something a lot more for free, or get some type of discount. If you've done it, I want you to say, I've done it. If you are a Black-owned business where you're really into the market and you're going to the market right now and you're running your business and someone tried to give you a hard time or they try to scrutinize you or they ask for discounts and they won't ask your counterparts for discounts, I want you to say they tried it. So if you've done it and be honest, I want you to say, I've done it. If you've experienced it, I want you to say they tried it. Even if you're watching this on the replay, I want you to make a mind muscle connection with me and I want you to participate with me as if you're watching live, okay? So this is a prime example. So a gentleman jumped in the comments, Mr. Albert White was like, I didn't receive my email. So what I did was I instantly stopped doing the live, did the research for him. I called up my assistant. She's working on the project right now. I was like, look, I know I said I didn't need you to moderate tonight, but hey, I need you to moderate tonight. Boom, she's on it because people having customer service issues. You have to make sure that we provide good customer service, okay? That's first thing. So then, boom, I saw when he did enroll. Boom, I saw when the email was sent out. Boom. Then I said, okay, check your spam folder because it might go into your spam folder. So that happens, okay? So I said all of that to say that we have to make sure that even though that we are scrutinized, we also don't want to give the enemy a stick to beat us with. We have to make sure that we cross our T's and we dot our I's because we have to be twice as good and sometimes for half the pay. Now, the reason why the reason why my stuff is so inexpensive and compared to everyone else is because this is what I love to do. I just love to teach. You understand what I'm saying? And I want my people to be successful. And also because I am not just a speaker or an orator, I get paid on the back end. So that's why I get most of the funds from when you guys get funding. I get that from the bank. So it makes sense for me. My business model has always been, let me get you in the door. Let me get you funded. Let me get you developed. Let me get you where you need to go. So when the funding comes in, I get paid the real commission on the back end, and I don't get it from you. I get it from the banks, okay? That's the benefit of being a legit business coach and not just a YouTuber or a content creator or a speaker or an orator, but me being a legitimate CEO of a coach or consulting firm. You did? So that being said, It's important. So they tried it. Okay, thank you so much for your participating. You've done it. You did it today. All right, you've done it today, Dwight. Okay, thank you for being thank you for being honest and transparent. So Jay Williams says you've done it with a black bank. Okay. All right. So Dwayne, you said they tried you. Okay. All right. They tried it. A fileable one. Prestigious Mobile Detailing said they tried it. All right. Denisha Warren says thank you. All right. So Nelson says I've done it. Yeah. So we've done it. So we have to be honest about that. But one of the things about that, we know this going into the game. Now, let me pause right there on the cultural aspects, and now let's talk about the actual specificity of being a black-owned business. Now, this is what I was going into at first. Now, oftentimes when we hear the term black-owned business or getting fund or woman-owned business or minority-owned business, it is a trigger point for some people, and some people feel like, oh, well, how come I can't come in? Like a lot of times people say, well, why I got to be a black-owned business? Why does it have to be a white-owned business? They'll say, well, why does it have to be a woman-owned business? Or why does it have to be, certain things along those lines? Well, it's not set up that way. So something for you guys to understand is there is market share. All right. There is a blessing in being a minority. There's a blessing in being a woman. There's a blessing in being a black man in business, or a black woman in business, or an Asian man in business, or an Asian woman in business. And so a lot of times in the quote unquote woke sectors, that upsets a lot of people. They want something just for them. Like, I've been on a couple of panels and some people was like, President Obama ain't did nothing for the black people, when he's done so much for black people and minorities. They were like, well, he ain't done nothing. No, what happens is that people have, like, let me give you an example. If he allowed grants for home ownership, if he allowed grants for FHA and for modifications of mortgages, but if your credit isn't good enough or your income isn't there, you can't participate in what was available for the disc. You can't participate in it. And so some people say, well, that's for everybody. Okay, yeah, that's for everybody. But also it's not against African Americans. It's including everyone. So if you positioned yourself to take advantage, then take advantage of it. I think there is this, oh my gosh, I'm about to teach. I'm gonna let it go. I'm supposed to be talking about business, but I'm talking about culture right now. I think in the African American community, we have to recondition our mind. We have this savior mentality. We believe that somebody is gonna save us. We believe that that Jehovah God is gonna crack the sky and he's gonna save us. We believe that Jesus the Christ, the Son of the living God, is gonna come down and he's gonna save us, which he does save us from our sins, but he don't save us from everything. Jesus might be in your heart and your soul, but your grandfather is still in your bones. You still have things you have to deal with on this earth. You dig what I'm saying? Jesus might be in your heart, but your granddaddy is in your bones. You have generational things that you have to deal with. There is this welfare mentality of somebody needs to give me this. Somebody needs to give something to me. There is this subservitude energy and mindset in the African American community to where we have to be subjugated to certain programs and protocols. So if you guys have ever seen that, I want you to say seen it. If you think I'm teaching, I want you to say teach. If you think I'm lying, I want you to say you lying. Let's talk about it. I wouldn't say that, yes, like a slave mentality, but I just don't want to say that word. I don't want to use that buzzword because I don't want people to lose what I'm saying because of the word that stung. I want them to hear what I'm saying. There is this mindset, this victimhood. There is this self-limiting belief that we have that it can't happen for us, and or the only way it can happen is if somebody gives us something. And the number one sign is that everybody says, oh, I want a government grant. 90% of people, when they talk to me, they'll talk about a for-profit business. They want some type of government grant. They want somebody to quote unquote give them something because they don't understand how it works. They want the government to give something to them. Now don't get me wrong, I understand people say that reparations are needed. I don't subscribe to that mindset because I don't believe in fairy tales and I don't believe in lollipops and gumdrops. I ain't believed in the tooth fairy ever since I was 6 years old. I believe in real life reality, real deal, holy. You have to do what's real in reality. I don't believe in wasting energy and effort and hours debating on some myth that you might not even get, that your children's children might get. But if you take that same energy and effort and you teach them how to start a business, how to grow a business, they're not going to need reparations. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't want reparations if it means that I have to be reliant on something. Like, I did a panel with a really good, distinguished amount of YouTubers, and they was like, so you wouldn't take reparations? I was like, no, if it means like I don't want to take a handout from the government. I've been on welfare before, and I hated it. So I'm like, if it's like welfare, no, I don't want it. I've been on food stamps before. I know what it's like to have that. I was in Georgia when I had the little green card. I know what it's like. You know what I'm saying? My grandmother raised me mostly. If you guys look, my grandmother, let me show you guys my grandmother. My grandmother is always looking over my shoulder. That's my grandma right there. Martha Love. Right there is my grandmother. And right there. Hold on, wait. I'll wait till this goes away. Hold on. So right there next to my daughter, Martha Love. Right here. And right there, it's my grandmother. My grandmother, 90% of the man I am today is because of Martha Love. You hear me? And I was always with my grandmother, and she taught me a lot about just going after your heart's desire. And one of the things is that she grew up in Section 8 housing. From my entire childhood, she was in Section 8 housing. But my uncle, who went to the military, he bought his first house when he got out of the military. Then he bought his second house when I was 20. He moved my grandmother from Vine City into his old house and was at the house. And one thing I love so much about my uncle is that I ran on hard times and I wanted to go and stay. He said, no, nigga, you can't stay there. You got to get up and you got to go work. And I said, but that's one of the things that I love so much about my uncles is that they taught me how to get out, go get it, and come back with it. That entrepreneurial spirit, that tough mindset, it all came from them. So I said all of that to say this: I come from nothing. You know what I'm saying? And people see me now and they see that I'm international. You know what I'm saying? They see me got watches on arms, rings on fingers. You know what I'm saying? They see me, popping champagne, exotic women, living exotic places. You know what I'm saying? They see me driving, exotic cars, $1 million real estate. Like, they see it, but they don't know the journey that I went through. And I said all of that to say that it came from the idea that ain't nobody gonna give you nothing. No one's going to give you anything. If you want it, you got to get out, go get it, and got to come back with it. If you want it, you have to get out, go get it, and come back with it. No one is going to give you anything. And not only is no one going to give you anything, they're going to make it more difficult for you to get it. Because you are an unapologetic woke black man or black woman, or Asian man or Asian woman, or Latino man or Latino woman. You are a minority. You're not a Caucasian person in the United States of America trying to make something of yourself. So it's going to be more difficult because the system was never designed for you. The system was designed for the Caucasian man and the Caucasian woman. It's just a fact. It's nothing that it's not race baiting. It's just a fact. Guess what? Is this a black and gold tie? Yes, it is. It's a fact. I don't care if you want to argue that it's mustard. I don't care if you want to argue that it's charcoal, but this a fact is a fact. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to wear the tie. Okay? My favorite colors are black and red. It doesn't mean I'm not going to wear the tie, but the fact of the matter is that the tie is black and gold. Same thing. The system was not designed for us. Because the system was not designed for us, it doesn't mean that we have to be subjugated and have this less than attitude. No, you have to work harder, be better, and take advantage of the things that are there for you. All right? So we're not using it as an excuse. We're using it as an explanation. So it's different. You dig what I'm saying? It's different. Even my black sisters, my African American women, if you have a black man in your household, whether he is your son, whether he is your lover, whether he's your baby daddy or he's your husband, it's more difficult for him than it is for you. You know that, right? So if you look at it, a black man, it's more difficult for a black man than it is a black woman. You know that. If you know that, I want you to say know that. If you disagree, I want you to say disagree. And men, if you're watching and I want you to give me 3 100s if you understand this. So for the black woman, a lot of times they cannot conceptualize. They don't understand. Like, well, why is it so? It's so easy for me. Why can't you get it? Because you are their fetish. We are their fear. It's a difference. The system, systemically, is designed. So not only because you're a double minority, and we're going to talk about that in a moment on the business aspect of it. I did not want to do a conscious commentary. I really wasn't trying to do conscious commentary, but I just got to let it flow. I was really just talking about owning and starting being a black-owned business, but I'm doing this conscious commentary, okay? All right. So James Brown says 100. All right, so Pistol says know that. Vashar says know that. All right, so a 501 says I know that. Odyssey said you need it. All right, Marcel is giving me the hundreds. Robert is giving me the 100s. Thank you so much for participating. Okay. Thank you for participating. All right, Derek Breed says I know that. No, Dark Breed says I know that. Nelson says 100. Aaron says 100. I don't know what that number 4 is. I don't remember saying 4, but okay. I'm gonna have to change the name of this. I'm gonna have to change the name from Black-owned business funding to just being a Black-owned business, just how to be a Black-owned business or something. I don't know. I'm gonna have to change the name. I have to change the name. We got 86 people watching live and 72 thumbs up. All right, so Vashon says, no, I never thought about that fetish affair. Absolutely, yes. So the black woman is the fetish. This is what they fetishize. This is what they want to foster. It's always been that elusiveness, but they fear us. There's something that's very important. So a black woman is a double minority, which is a blessing, which goes back to a black-owned business. When you are a black-owned business, you are a minority. So that's good. But when you are a female-owned, when you are a black-owned, woman-owned, you are a double minority. So not only are you a double minority, that means that you'll get double. So a corporation is easy for a black woman to get a job than a black man to get a job. It's not because of education. It's because they get more tax credits and discounts for the woman that they do the man. That's the reason why I don't believe that you need to be scratching and sniffing at somebody else's job for a long time. I believe you need to make your own job. And now there's nothing wrong with working. You have to work. I labored very, very hard. I labored extremely hard to cultivate my craft, to make other companies wealthy and successful. And then I utilized the resources and everything that I learned to make myself successful. I believe that you have to be faithful over that which is another man's before you become ruler of your own. The #1 best-selling book of all time, when it talks about business development, teaches that specifically. You have to be faithful over that which is another man's before you can become a ruler of your own. You have to go through some type of apprenticeship, some type of mentorship. You can't just open your eyes one day and say, I'm going to be a business coach or a business guru or a credit coach or a credit guru like so many people do on Instagram. You can't do that. I saw Lil Duval did a post. It says that Lil Duval said that it's broke people flexing to be rich on Instagram, and they end up getting rich off of Instagram because they flexed from being broke. Something along those lines. So that's the reason why I'm very much so into showing receipts and showing a track record and showing proof. You know, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. But I said all of that to say this, is that it's easier because When you are a woman, you get a double minority check. And not only do you get the double minority check, there's a possibility they get the third check is that fetish check. That they get that, oh, this exotic, this sweet exotic little thing they might want to try to run game on. It's not always that case, but a lot of times it is. A lot of times it's the case. Being in the Dominican Republic, I see it so much because with the Haitians. Oh my gosh, I see it so much with the Haitians. It's just, I see it so much. You have these men coming from Canada, they're coming from Russia, they're coming from Italy, just so they can turn tricks with the beautiful black queens, just specifically for that. And it's amazing. You see it very, very much so with the Haitians. Like my one of my business partners, friends, Greg, Mr. Flip Flop, he has a restaurant. He has a beautiful Haitian girl that works there, and this white guy hit on her so bad to where we was about to rough him up. Like 3 or 4 dudes was like, "Hey, dude, no, it ain't like that." He was like, "Oh, I could buy you and I could pay your salary 3 times over this and the third." And we was like, "No, what you doing? Come on, get up out of." He was drunk, but at the same time, that's the mindset that a lot of them have. I'm not saying all of them, but a lot of them do, okay? And if it offends you, good. You need to be offended. Truth hurts. You understand what I'm saying? It does. But, and once the truth hurts, then you can go to your road of recovery. You can get better from it. And if it doesn't apply, let it fly. I have friends that are Caucasian. I have friends that are Canadian. I have friends that are German. I have friends that are Italian. I'm not talking about all of them. I have contracts and clients and business relationships with people from different cultures and different ethnos. I'm just speaking truth to power about the situations, okay? I'm not saying that it's everyone, but it's a lot of. I'm not saying that it's every situation, but it's a lot of situations. So I said all of that to say, let's see someone who's texting me right now. All right, I said all of that to say that being a minority is a benefit. Being a double minority is a benefit as a woman. So that's something that I want women to have compassion to understand. So if he's trying, you need to help him. You understand what I'm saying? If he's really trying. I'm not saying that he's playing Fortnite all day or playing Call of Duty all day, or he's on NBA Live and he's just trying to get the newest Jordans or trying to flex for the gram. But if you really see him putting in energy and effort, really trying, then you need to help him. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying that somebody that's talking a good game, but they don't have no action behind it. If he's talking a good game, sis, and he's really trying to make something of himself, he just needs a little bit of help. He just needs a little bit of guidance. I need you to give him that help and give him that guidance. Because not only is he dealing with the physical impediments, he's also dealing with the mental impediments and the spiritual impediments. I'm not using this as an excuse. I'm using this to explain what he's going through. So when you ask your man what's wrong, he's not going to tell you everything that's wrong. But what's wrong is he's dealing with the depression. He's dealing with the discouragement. He's dealing with his physical defects of feeling like I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I think about this all the time. I feel so happy and free when I am out of the US because I don't feel like somebody's gonna shoot me. Like I have legit anxiety, real talk. So much so to the point to where a lot of times I don't drive. And when I'm in the US, I don't drive. If I don't have to drive, I won't drive. Because of the anxiety, I feel like if I position myself, I can get pulled over and locked up for something stupid. Like I really legitimately have that fear, and it's like it's a difference. It's something that I remember. I was on a road trip. I wanted to run a road trip with a young lady. She was a business coach as well, doing her thing bad. I'm talking about super bad. She was sexy. We made a lot of money together. I'm really disappointed that relationship didn't work out because we made a lot of good money together. And we was on a road trip and the cops got behind us and I freaked out. Like I really was like, okay, let me hurry up and turn, let them go around me or whatever. And then I just parked and so she was like, oh my gosh, I'd never seen what it's like being a black man driving. This is just what that's not everyone's experience, but it's mine. Especially, I don't know if it's because of the type of cars that I drive or because of the neighborhoods that I'm in, but I would get that what is it called? I would get what is it called? Racially profiled often, all the time, all the time. And then what happens is that they'll look for the little smallest, stupidest thing, a tail light, music. I've gotten pulled over in tickets for music being too loud. Look for any old type of reasons just to harass. And so what happens is that when you have to go through that and you have to live through that, there is this this defeated spirit and attitude that you have to overcome. Now, I'm not saying that you need to wallow in it, my man. No, the devil is a lie. And my sister, I'm not saying that if he's dealing with that you need to allow him to wallow in that. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I need for you to have empathy and compassion to understand what he's going through and help him get his way out of it. The same way that once a month, we have to make sure that we watch the things that we say and do extra nice things to y'all because y'all emotions and y'all physical body go through stuff. We go through stuff too. And so a lot of times that's why when he says, when you say what's wrong, what you thinking, he's thinking about 1,000 different things and he doesn't want to say the wrong thing to make the world explode, to make everything explode. Fellas, if I'm right, I want you to, if you agree with me, and I've said some things that you've wanted to say, but you just haven't said or wanted to share, give me the hand claps. Let me see the hand claps. Let me see those hand claps. And it is warm here in the Dominican Republic. It is super warm here. If you agree, let me see those hand claps, fellas. If you agree with me, let me see those hand claps. If you disagree with me, I want you to give me some thumbs down. Let's talk about it. Give me 3 thumb down emojis. And also thumb down on the video if you're watching on the replay. I don't know what I'm gonna title this video. I don't know. I'm just teaching truth to power. I don't know what I'm gonna title this video. Thank you so much for that. So DJ is giving me the hand claps. Jay Williams says, dang right. Aaron is giving me the hand claps. James Brown is giving me the hand claps. Ferguson is giving me the praying hands. Robert Hunter is giving me the hand claps. All right, so Lima says that you agree with me, brother. I appreciate that. Life Media Pro says true. All right. Diesel Prime is giving me the hand claps. Marcel is giving me the hand claps. Antoine Battle. Hey, Antoine, how you doing? Long time no see. Antoine is giving me the hand claps. Williams Davis is giving me the fist. Absolutely. I appreciate it. So I wanted to talk about, I guess I could get into this real spill. Absolutely. Thanks so much, Trucker DT. I wanted to talk about, I'll put it back up, funding for a black-owned business. There's a lot of vicissitudes that we have, all right? There are a lot of vicissitudes that we have. There's a lot of ups and downs and a lot of issues that we have about having and starting a black-owned business. However, there's some things that we don't have, okay? Let me add some redress to some things, okay? The number one thing I think that stops black-owned businesses is our non-professionalism, is because we have this hustle mindset, this hustle mentality, which is good. And a lot of times I mention oftentimes that we're educated by uneducated people. And so we don't know the right way to do things, you know? And so it comes back to bite us a lot of times. So being a black-owned business, one of the things that we talked about, and I've talked about many a times, is making sure you have the proper business structure, making sure that you have the right, that you're either a LLC or a INC, a S corporation or C corporation. I'm not going to go into grave details about that because it's based on what your business does, which is what's based on what happens for you. But nevertheless, let's talk about being a black-owned, minority-owned business. When you create your business when you have an LLC, or you have, I'll go with the LLC because it's the easiest one. When you have your LLC, when you have your limited liability company, you have your LLC, and you go and you create a physical product, there is certain market share that is set aside specifically for a minority-owned, black-owned business. So a minority-owned, black-owned business, just because you are African-American, it doesn't automatically mean that the banks and the developers, and what I mean developers, I mean real estate developers, project managers, buyers, know that you're a black-owned business. In order for you to take advantage of being a minority-owned, black-owned business, you have to get your certification. All right. So it goes further than just creating the business. You also have to get your certification. I want everyone to say certification. Okay. You have to get your certification. So just because you are a black-owned business, you have to make sure that you get your certification. All right, it's called an MBE cert. All right. I want everyone to say MBE. MBE. I want to show you the importance of that. MBE. I want to show you guys a trick. So for all of these people that have these black labels, and you see them getting into stores like Target, and you see them getting into grocery stores, it's because the utilization of MBE. I want everyone to say MBE. MBE is certification. The name of it is MBE. It's a minority business enterprise. All right, MBE. MBE. That's right, MBE. MBE. You got to get your MBE certification. MBE. And I'm going to break down what the requirements are. And it's very easy for you to get your MBE. All right, MBE. I want everyone to say MBE. Thank you so much for participating. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, James. Thank you so much for participating. And then let's talk about the benefits, the main benefits of getting your MBE. All right. So the main benefit of getting your MBE is market share. So market share is placement with certain products. So let me give you an example. In Atlanta, Georgia, right? In Atlanta, Georgia, there's Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport is one of the largest airports, one of the busiest airports in the U.S. And they have a lot of different restaurants. If you've ever been to Atlanta Airport. If you've ever been to the Atlanta Airport, I want you to say, I've been. If you've never been, I want you to say never have, okay? Even if you're watching me on the replay, I want you to make a mind-muscle connection with this content. And make sure that you text the phrase Funding 101. Text the phrase Funding 101 to 833-934-1328. 833-934-1328. We have 88 people watching live and 90 thumbs up. Okay, that's good stuff. We had some technical difficulties. It is what it is. All right. All right. All right. So what happens is, and I had a super chat. I'm going to get to the super chat at the end. I'm teaching. So if you said a super chat or you said something that's off topic, I'm not going to get off topic just to do that. All right. You guys got to, all right. I appreciate the super chat. I'm going to acknowledge you at the end, but if it's off topic, I'm not going to lose my focus and be all over the place. I handle the super chats at the end, and I always take the questions and handle super chats at the end. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Ayo. Ari says you've been. A lot of you has never been. Okay, a lot of you has been. Or never been. Okay. Well, the Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport, I think Dallas Airport has the most restaurants I've ever seen. The second amount of restaurants I've ever seen is Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. And the rapper Ludacris, who used to be a radio personality, who's I don't know what Luda is. He was a radio personality. He's a content creator. He was a radio personality turned rapper turned actor. You know what I'm saying? Like Luda he just carved out his niche and he went for it. And he's not the strongest. He's not the tallest. He's not the most handsome, not the smartest. He just got that hustle. He goes for it. And so he created a restaurant called Chicken and Beer. And he was able to gain a restaurant in Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport, specifically because he was an MBE, a minority business enterprise. Watch this. When you are a MBE, you have the certificate of a minority business enterprise. Every single project that receives government subsidy, whether for taxes or whether for land abatement or whether for government assistance, any project, which is 90% of projects that are anything that's a multi-million-dollar project gets some types of subsidy, okay? Unless it's a private funded project, that's private money. But majority of the time, there's some type of tax abatement, people are looking for government assistance, right? And when a company uses this, they are required to give 25% of the project to a minority business or black-owned business. 25%. They have to. If you knew that, I want you to say knew that. If you didn't know that, I want you to say didn't know. All right? So when you are a MBE, that means that you qualify. So you can be a black-owned roofer. Better example. You can be a black-owned electrician, have all of these years of experience, and you can go for a contract with the new stadium. And the general contractor is looking for subcontractors to sub out too. You are a good black owned business, meaning that you're a black man that owns this business. You're great at what you do. Watch this. A Caucasian man who partners with his wife, and his wife has 51% ownership. So on the paper, she owns 51%, he owns 49%. They'll get that contract and still check off for minority business enterprise. So what happens is that you have to, so 25% of projects are set aside for minority businesses. So when you're doing construction work, if you're in the construction field, if you have a product that you're selling into stores, or you have a product that you want to go global, 25% of market share or 25% allocation has to go to a minority business enterprise. That's the reason why a lot of Caucasian men get married, and that's the reason why they stay married, and they'll have their wife to own 51% of the business or greater, because they means that they qualify for that. They qualify for that minority business. So they are a woman-owned business. But if you are a black woman, you are considered a double minority, because there are certain projects that are or certain projects that get attention from government funding and assistance when they deal with black-owned business and minority-owned business. So black man, stay woke. Get you a black queen if you can. Now y'all have a business together. Y'all both are double minorities. Okay? Stay woke. So when you are a MBE certified business, you have your certification for MBE, Minority Business Enterprise, 25% of market share or 25% of projects are allocated specifically for you. So that's the reason why it's important, so that you're able to level the playing field. Oftentimes, like I mentioned, a lot of Caucasian men, they will get their daughters, they'll get a woman to be that CEO or that CFO and give her that 55%, that 51%. Now there is a underwriting process, and I'm going to talk about that in a moment, where they are going to come out and see that she's just not a placeholder, but she's actually doing work, and you can see her fingerprint on the business. They do that because a lot of Caucasian men knew that loophole, and because they did put a lot of women in place, specifically as placeholders, for that they really weren't considered a minority-owned business, even though they went through the certification process. So I'm going to talk about the certification process right now. All right, yeah, power couple, absolutely. Odyssey says power couple, absolutely, power couple. So let's go ahead and look at the. Let's break down what is required to get your MDE, your MBE, your minority business certificate. Okay, the very first thing is that you must ensure that your business qualifies. You must make sure that your business qualifies. And what makes sure your business qualifies? That you cannot be a sole proprietor. You have to be an LLC, a INC, a S corporation, or a C corporation. Okay, you have to make sure that you qualify. Make sure that your business qualifies. All right. You have to make sure that that your business on paperwork. All right. That if you are minority, so for my Caucasian men that are watching, and you want your wife to be the CFO, the best thing I suggest is give her 55%, because if you give her 55%, even if the underwriters do come out to do the site visits and do the office visits, just that extra 5% alone, they'll even skip the site visit process, because it's clear that she's more than just that 51%. So the minimum criteria is 51% ownership. What a lot of people have been doing is doing 55%, and you take 45%. All right, so that means that if it's a woman-owned business, minority-owned business, she needs to be 51% or greater. I suggest for all the businesses that I build, and when I'm coaching my clients, I suggest that they do 55%. That's what I suggest. And if you are a minority, you have to make sure that, what was that name? Not a Rachel Zolozov, the one that was faking to be black. You have to, be legitimate, have your birth certificate, and on your birth certificate, it needs to say, that you are African American, or you're Asian, or you're Latino, or whatever. You have to show that you are a minority. Okay, it has to show on your birth certificate. So you have to make sure that you qualify by being an LLC, INC, S corporation, or C corporation. Also, you have to qualify, meaning that the officers of the business meet the demographic. If you're African American, CEO, CFO, COO. If you have Caucasian business partners, then you need to make sure that you own the majority stake. It has to be majority yours. So let's say, for instance, it's two best friends, a Caucasian friend and an African American friend. Your Caucasian friend, he needs to own 45% or less. You, as the African American friend, own 55% or more. So that way, it's considered a minority-owned, black-owned business, even though you guys are a partnership. Okay. If you guys get that, I want you to say, get it. All right. If you get it, I want you to say, get it. All right. If you get that, I want you to say, get it. All right. If you get it, I want you to say, get it. Matter of fact, I'm going to drop a link to the application. I'm going to drop a link to the application so that you guys can get the proper application, because sometimes people try to charge. Some people try to charge. I'm going to go ahead and drop this link. This is the official link because people will try to charge you. So I'm going to drop the link also. I'm dropping it in the live chat. And also when the video is up live, if you're watching this on the replay, there'll be a pinned comment. And in that pinned comment will be the link for you to get your certification. All right. So you guys are with me? Get it. Okay, awesome. Thank you for participating. All right, you guys got it? You get it? Okay, awesome. Thank you for participating, okay? So very first thing is make sure that you meet the minimum criteria. And this is why it's important, because we can't just say, hey, man, you know what I'm saying, Shawty, let me paint them walls for you, Shawty, you know what I'm saying? Because I can paint them walls, Shawty, you know what I'm saying? I did Ray Ray's them wall, you know what I'm saying? I did Pookie them wall, you know what I'm saying? I did up at the church, Shawty. Let me go ahead and let me get that $10 million one time, Shawty, paint them walls. I'm good at painting walls. And you know what I'm saying? I'm a sole proprietor. Shot all my money going into my PayPal though. You just got to pay me through PayPal. Boy, stop. No, you're not gonna get that. No. Make sure that you stack everything the right way. So whether you hire our company to do it for you, or you go through our online course to do it, or you do it yourself, you have to make sure that you are set up the proper way. Make sure that you have a LLC, a INC, a S Corp, or C Corp. Make sure that you have the proper SIC code on your business, and make sure that you have your DUNS number. Your Dun and Bradstreet's number is very, very important. You have to make sure that you have these things before when you're doing your application. If you look on the application, you're going to see. The best thing to do is look at the application, see what's required, then go and get it if you don't already have it. Don't throw it to the wall and see if it stick. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let me add some redress to this. I feel led to talk about this for a second. Give me one moment right now. Let me take this off the screen, okay? Let me teach something to my people, to my black people. I don't know. I feel so led to talk about this. Business ain't got nothing to do with faith, all right? When you're in the business world, faith does not belong in the business world, okay? Yes, have faith, but you want to make sure that you also have a plan. Faith is not a plan. I want everyone to say faith is not a plan. It's very important. Faith is not a plan. Faith is not a plan. I want you to say this over and over again. Faith is not a plan. You can't hope and wish and pray. And yes, prayer is good. It's very good for your soul. It's very good for your mental ability. It's good for your focus. But faith is not a plan. When you go into business with only faith, you're not operating in faith. You're operating in foolishness. And it irritates the black off my back when I see all of my people who are so spiritually focused that they're no earthly good, and they're not operating in any faith. They're operating in foolishness. Faith is not a plan. Hoping and wishing on a prayer is not a plan. You have to have a strategic plan. You don't have to have a business plan that's written in 5 fonts and on resume paper and has a gold signature from the president of some Ivy League organization. No, you don't have to have that. You do need to have a plan. Faith is not a plan. Hoping and wishing is not a plan. Someday is not a day of the week. I've looked at calendars for almost 40 years. I've seen Monday through Friday. I've seen Saturday and Sunday, but I've never seen someday. You have to be specific, and you have to have a plan. Faith is not a plan. Faith feels good, yes. Faith pushes you through, yes. Faith help rejuvenate you, yes. But faith is not a plan. The best book that taught me how to teach the way that I do, it says that faith without works is dead. Faith is not a plan. You cannot just go in hoping, wishing, and like, I'm just going to throw it to the wall to see if it stick. No. You're going to cause more damage and you're going to cause them a harm, because banks have databases and records. You throw something to the wall to see if it's sticking. You think, oh, well, if they just reject me. No, what they're going to say is unstable, high risk. And it's not even that you're unstable and high risk. You're just impatient, or you just don't know. And it's not fair. And what happens is that they don't tell you this, because technically they're not supposed to discriminate against you. No, they're not going to discriminate against you based on the color of your skin. They're not going to discriminate against you based on your sexual proclivity. They're not going to discriminate against you based on your last name. They're going to discriminate against you based on your email address. They're going to discriminate against you based on your stacking file order. You will be considered high risk. You will be considered problematic before you even get an opportunity by using that stupid, foolish faith and just throwing it to the wall, and then keep trying and thinking you're going to get it. That's the reason why so many people fail, is because they keep trying and they don't fix the problem. So that's why one thing is very good. If you are trying to go for certain certifications and certain projects, make sure you meet the criteria. Don't waste that person's time. Don't waste the individual's time. Don't waste you ain't got no business going looking at a house if you're not pre-qualified. You have no business. No, drive the neighborhood, but do not, I repeat, do not waste that realtor's time. If you want to build a relationship with that realtor, I don't want you to act like, oh man, I want to see what it's like. I want to increase my faith. Yes, increase your faith on your own time and on your own dime. Do not burn a bridge trying to exercise your faith. Drive through the neighborhood. Do your research online. Go to a dealership you know you're not gonna buy the car from, to test drive the car. If you know where you want to test drive the car from, don't go and mess up that relationship and position yourself as problematic or typecast, because what happens is that when you do shoot your shot, you want to make sure that you have no impediments to stop you. You don't want any preconceived notions. You want to have a clean slate, the best that you can. All right. That's why they have things like pre-test, and they have things like coaches and business consultants, so that we can make sure that we stack everything the right way, so that we can make sure that you meet all the criteria. Okay. All right. So make sure that you do not throw it to the wall to see if it sticks. So I said all that to say, I dropped the application for the MBE, Minority Business Enterprise. Go specifically to that link because it's free. Some people will try to charge you, but go to that link specifically because it's free, and make sure that you meet the criteria. And let's talk about the process, okay? It is the application process. It is a process. It's not going to happen overnight. It is a process, okay? I want everyone to say, if you're with me and I haven't offended you and you're ready for me to teach some more, I want everyone to say process. Even if you're watching on the replay, I want you to make a mind muscle connection with me as if you're watching live, and I want you to say process. I don't know what I'm going to name this video. What should I name this video? We have 102 people, 102 thumbs up. We got 91 watching live after the issues we've had. Okay, that's good. Okay, we just dropped to 80. I just offended some people. That's okay. That's good. All right. I want everyone to say process. I want everyone to say process. Process. Thank you so much for that. Process. Thank you so much for that. Thank you for participating. All right. Thank you so much. Process. Thank you so much for that. Boss Dallas is in the building. Hey, Boss Dallas, how are you doing? All right. Process. So know that it is a 90-day process, okay? The certification process is going to take 90 days. All right. So notice this. If you are trying to apply for a project, or you're trying to submit something for a deadline, don't procrastinate and then try to do it a month before, 2 months before. You want to make sure that you stack your chips right now. You want early. That's the reason why people say, well, Dean, should I start my business now? Yes. Start your business ahora mismo. Start a business right now. Get the minimum criteria together right now. Well, Dean, I want to do minority business contracting. I want to be a business developer. Okay, good. Get your certification now. Don't wait. Don't wait. Don't procrastinate. Don't wait. You want to do it early. You want to do it as early as possible because there are going to be some vicissitudes. There are going to be some ups and downs. You don't know what's going to happen. I mean, life is going to happen. So know that the entire process takes 90 days. So in order for you to become an MBE, Minority Business Enterprise, I guess I could talk about I don't know. I think the benefits of being a minority business. I don't know what I'm gonna name this video. I'm gonna have to rename the video. But nevertheless, to get your MBE, to get your Minority Business Enterprise certification, it's a 90-day process. So know that it takes 90 days. You can't go into something expecting it to be 5 to 10 to 15 days, thinking that tomorrow. Okay. All right, Io. All right. Knowing that know that it's a 90-day process. Know that it takes time. It's a 90-day process, okay? So also you need to make sure that you register on the website. So before you apply, make sure that you register on the website. Registration is free. It costs you absolutely nothing at all to register. They're going to prompt you to apply. They're going to send you email reminders. Don't apply until you're ready to apply. Make sure that you have everything that you need, but you make sure that you register first, okay? Now, when you're completing your application, you have to take as long as you need to submit it one time and one time only. Remember, do not throw it to the wall to see if it sticks, okay? Do not throw it to the wall to see if it sticks. They're telling you right now, you have to make sure that you have everything in stacking order. All right? Don't throw it to the wall to see if it sticks. Make sure that you have everything in stacking order. Now, the process for your application is you're going to require a payment. Every payment in every state, I think it's different. Don't get me to lying because I don't know what the price is off the top of my head. Don't get me to lying. Your MBE certification is going to go through a board. So it's going to go through a board of individuals where they sit down and review your application. Make sure that you cross all your T's, dot all your I's. Make sure that you have certified copies of your birth certificate, certified copies of your social security card, certified copies of your articles of organization, certified copies of everything that you need when you're submitting your entire process, okay? It's going to take 90 days and it's going to go through a board to review. If your business is somewhat a little sketchy, meaning not sketchy, but say for instance, if you're a construction business and you say that your wife owns 51% of the business and the name of the business is Big Ball Busters or Big Balls Development or something like that, and they say this is a woman business, that kind of don't make sense. So you see what I'm saying? They kind of don't make sense. That's the reason why I always teach my clients, make your business as universal as possible. Make your business as ambiguous as possible for situations like this. You might not want to get a minority business enterprise your first couple of years. An opportunity might come along where you would want to later, and you don't want to be typecast as, prime example, if you started off in the trucking industry, and now you've built up your business credit, you've done so well, and now you want to go get a contract and you want to be a developer, and then you try to go when they look and review your information, if it goes before a board, they're going to be like, well, why does Hotshot Trucking want to be a real estate development company? Or why does Lashes by Gigi want to be a real estate development company? Or why does home healthcare, Anointed Home Healthcare, why do they want to put roofs on these houses? You see what I'm saying? That's when you're going through an underwriting process and you're going through a board. You want to make sure that you get rid of as many impediments as possible. Okay, so it's very good that if you're going to be niche specific and you're going to drill down and you know for a fact and without any equivocations that that's what you want to do. Build multiple businesses and have different brands and different arms if you choose to. However, the best thing to do is to make it as universal as possible. If you guys understand, I want you to say universal. I want everyone to say universal. I want everyone to say universal. You want your name to be as universal as possible so that it makes it easier when you're going through the process and you are, let me look at my analytics. Hour 41 minutes. We're going to end up closing this bad boy out soon. I'm going to get into these questions and these super chats in a minute. But where did it go? Open up the super chat. Where is it at? Make sure that you say universal. I want everyone to say universal. When thinking of your business name, you want your name to be as universal as possible. You want it to be as universal as possible. You want it to be as universal as possible. All right, as universal as possible. Everyone to say universal. Universal. Thank you very much. Universal. Yes, you want it to be as universal as possible so that way you are not typecasting yourself and making it more difficult for yourself. You're not typecasting yourself, making it more difficult for yourself, but it's as universal as possible. All right? You want to be as universal as possible. Universal as possible. All right? I'm looking for that super chat, guys. So I'm getting into answering questions. And the process is going to take 90 days. Know that the process is going to take you 90 days to get your certification. So you can't just jump out and want to get your certification now. If you have not, there we go. If you have not completed the process, know that it is going to take time for your process to go through. And make sure that you stack everything the proper way. Make sure that you stack everything the proper way so that when you stack everything that, there it is. When you stack everything that you follow step by step on the application, take as long as you need to take, because when you submit it, you want to have that one shot. Okay, if you need assistance, get some assistance. There are different nonprofit organizations that can help you, or you can hire us where we can do it with you. If you want to do a one-on-one coaching session or consultation, we can help you. Whatever you need to do to make sure that you cross all your T's and dot all your I's, so that way, now that you are listed as a minority business enterprise, a woman-owned business enterprise, that's going to give you leverage. So when you are going to submit certain bids for certain projects and you're trying to go and put your products in stores and put your products in with different vendors, then they'll get additional credit for choosing you because you qualify. All right, so John Johnson says, Mr. Dean, I have my DUNS number. I'm stuck at I update. I don't understand the process with I update. Can I bypass this or not? So Mr. Johnson, contact the office tomorrow and ask to speak to Malik. And when you say you're stuck, what do you mean by you're stuck? So when you speak with Malik tomorrow, I want you to be in front of your computer and pull up your information with Dun& Bradstreet so that we can know what you mean by that, so I can know specifically, so that way we can tell you exactly what you need to do. Now, if you mean that you're in the online course and you have a question, then you can go through that with Malik as well. So when you say that, I need to know what you mean by that. So when you say you're stuck, we need to know specifically what you mean by you're stuck. Explain to me what that means. All right, so I need for you to explain what that means, okay? All right, so what questions you guys have for me? I'm going to answer the next 5 questions that I see. So super chats get priority, not because I need it, just because it gets priority. If you know how to light me up with orange, light me up with orange. But I'm going to answer the next 5 questions I see. And if you want to wait to talk with me till the phone lines are open, so it's not about alone. All right, so Neapolitan is not about alone. It's about projects. It's about growing your business. With orange, but I'm going to answer the next. All right. All right. So Denisha Warren says, what is the easiest way to get grant funding for a business? So the easiest way, Denisha, is for you to make sure that you are a nonprofit organization. Make sure that you're a 501c3. Don't try to be a for-profit business trying to get nonprofit money or nonprofit grants. That's not very good. The second thing is for you to be niche specific. Niches are very important. So you have, like, you can't say, well, I want to open up a skating rink and have a car wash and help battered women. That's too broad. So the best thing you want to niche down, be specific. Like, I think last week a gentleman called in and he had 2 separate extremes. He was like, I want to do real estate developing because that's what his heart's really desire was, and that's what he's trying to get to. But then he was like, well, I have a government grant. I got a nonprofit organization and I got my 501c3 to help students get into college. So that's 2 big extremes. So you have to make sure that you be niche specific. So the best way for you to get funding as a government for a government grant is for you to be niche specific, to know specifically what your niche is, and go after that niche. Research the grants that are in your niche and only apply for grants that support your niche. So that is the best way to get funding. All right. All right, so Trucker DT says, what's the best SIC code or the best NACIS code is for business management. That's the best one. That's the best SIC code. All right, the best SIC code is 8741. It's 8741 as the SIC code. 8741 for business management is the best SIC code. And if you need the hold on, let me give you the other one. And the NACIS code is 541618. 541618. So the SIC code, the best SIC code for business is, let me go back. So there are 2 separate ones. So when you are in the transportation business and you're doing transportation management, it is 541618 for the NAICS code. But if you are doing business management where it doesn't have anything to do with logistics, don't have anything to do with transportation, is $87.41. All right, so that's 2 questions, 3 more questions. The next three more questions. All right, this doesn't count as a question. I'm going to answer it. Life Media says, when do we need a SIC code? Every business has a SIC code. When you are getting your EIN number, it asks you what your SIC code is. So you have to have one. It's very important that you have one when you're getting your EIN number, and it's free. It doesn't cost anything at all. So when you're getting your EIN number, they're gonna ask you, and you have to provide it there. All right. All right, next 3 questions. Guys, got any other questions? And also, I want to make sure that the connection is now that the connection is good, I want to make sure I say this. And it's free. Doesn't cost anything. Okay, cool. So Napolitan says, if I'm a Caucasian man, will I get turned down for the loan? Remember, we talked about a certification for market share and a certification specifically for product placement. So a MBE, a minority business enterprise, this is not a certain loan that you're applying for, Napoleon. So this isn't for a loan, all right? So I don't know if he was trolling or not, but once again, when we're talking about a minority business or a woman-owned business, it's not to exclude, it's because this is for our specific exclusion, all right? Yes, you can change your code, Leslie. If you want to change your code, you can change your code. All right, any other questions? You guys have any other questions before I let you guys go? We've been on for quite some time. Everybody make sure you hit that like button, hit the share button. I don't know what I'm going to name this. I'm going to have to rename it and retype it or something, but we talked about, it's been about 2 hours. I don't know. I'll leave it the same. I'll leave it the same. It is what it is. I don't know. I want to change the name some type of way, but all right, guys. So as a quick recap, if you guys want to know what we do as a company and how we can help you, you can enroll into our coaching program, okay? It is an online course. This is an online course that walks you step by step for yourself on how you're able to build your business, structure your business, and build business credit that's completely separate from your personal credit. That is what the startup coaching is. The 720 FICO coaching is a free course that we give you when you enroll in the startup coaching. This course is $99 per month. You can get started right now. It's only $99 per month. It's an online course that allows you to go step by step and allows you to go at a reasonable pace so that you can go step by step in building and developing your own business and restoring your own credit. If you want to schedule a one-on-one consultation with me, it is $250 an hour for non-student. If you are a student enrolled into the courses, the 2 courses we just talked about, you get it at a discount of $150, okay? So if you want to do one-on-one coaching, one-on-one consulting, you want me to help you with any project that you might want, a project you might need, schedule a one-on-one consultation. It's based on first come, first serve. Right now we're booked up until February the 8th, I believe, last time I checked. All right, and so this is designed for one-on-one mentorship, one-on-one coaching. If you need assistance with the online courses, if you need assistance with anything, if you just want to talk about entrepreneurship, travel, you want to talk about Forex, anything. You want to schedule one-on-one time, $250 an hour for non-students, $150 an hour for a student. If you know that you need help creating a strategy, like you want to get started, but you just don't know what to do, and you want some one-on-one mentorship, you want some one-on-one time, then you would need a 5-hour strategy session. It's not all 5 hours altogether. We break them up into 5 separate sessions. And a lot of times with the 5 sessions is we do work, we have a progress report, we come back, check on the work that we did. We have another set of goals. We set up the goals, We come back and we check on them. So it's designed to help you meet and achieve whatever your goal is, whether it is physical, whether it is spiritual, whether it is business related. We are able to help you in any way, shape, or form through the strategy session. It is designed, this is mainly more towards mentorship for the individuals that want to have more one-on-one time with me. All right. Our Ironclad Corporation is where we create a holding company for you. We create it for you. It's boom, we create it for you. You just want to get started. Now, a lot of our clients, what they'll do is that they'll have us to do the Ironclad Corporation, but then they'll still go through the startup coaching so that they'll know how to build business credit for it. Okay. The Ironclad Corporation is just that. It is not credit, it's not funding. It is, we create the company for you. We create the holding company for you. We do everything, cross the T's, dot the I's, get you your EIN number. We get you your S corporations. We get you your tax certifications. We do your articles of organization. We do your articles of incorporation. We help you when you get your business checking account. We do that for you. That is what the Ironclad Corporation is. It is not any one-on-one time. There's not any coaching and developing. There's not any credit. It is just, we create the company for you. Like I mentioned, a lot of people are enrolled into the Ironclad coaching. I mean, they're not enrolled, excuse me. They'll get the Ironclad Corp while they're in the startup coaching so that they can add business credit to that so they can learn how to get the funding. Or you can do the corporate build out. The corporate build out is where we do everything for you. It is not overnight. It is a process. The process normally takes 4 months. That's the reason why it's 4 separate payments, okay? It's $1,000 down, and then it's 4 payments of $500 a month. This is business development where we create the company for you and we build out the company and build out the corporation for you. We create it for you and we build out the company and we build out the corporation for you, okay? It is a process. Now with this, when you're enrolled in our startup coaching, you're enrolled into our startup coaching, you're guaranteed $20,000 in funding, okay? Now, in our corporate build-out, because we're doing it for you, it's $50,000 in funding. And it's an accumulation of multiple different lines of credit. It's not just one check for $50,000, no. It's an accumulation of multiple different types of credit. You're gonna have vendor accounts, you're gonna have store accounts, you're gonna have cash accounts, you're gonna have credit card accounts, you're gonna have lines of credit to purchase equipment, lines of credit to purchase real estate. It's an accumulation of funding, okay? It's not just a boom, there you go. But the important thing is that we build out the company and the corporation for you. We do everything for you, all right? And that is it. That's how we're able to help you. Listen, it's tough owning a black-owned business, all right? It's tough owning a black-owned business. It really is. No, don't power down. I'm about to power down in a second. It is. But just because it's tough does not mean that's impossible. Just because you have adversity of vicissitudes does not mean that you need to give up. The only person that's stopping you from being successful is you. If you don't know it, you can learn it. If you don't have a mentor, you do now. I will be your mentor. I'll be your coach. If you don't have the character, you can develop it. Go get them. Success is waiting for you.
Black Jesus.